Welcome back. So we're talking about good deeds and punishment.
And it's my theory that they go hand in hand. But anyway, continue.
Oh, they do. So, I'm in Boston. I had decided to go on a last-minute trip by myself, which I highly recommend, by the way. Went to Boston to catch a Red Sox game. It was great. So I'm in the stands. I'm watching the game. There's this kid in front of me. He's probably 10, okay? Clearly a fan of
the team.
David Ortiz.
Baseball. Oh, okay.
David Ortiz
there was a specific player.
Okay. Every time Ortiz is at the bat, this kid is going crazy, right? Every time. So, finally, everyone's dream, right, is to catch a fly ball.
Right.
Right, or a foul ball, or whatever. So, David Ortiz is up to bat. He hits the ball. It comes our direction. It goes into the area right next to us, bounces over, and rolls to my feet. Okay? I'm not supposed to pick it up.
Hand delivered, exactly. Yeah.
So I pick it up and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm not going to be able to sleep at night without giving this ball to the David Ortiz fan.
Right.
Because, let's be honest,
right.
I'm that kind of person. Sometimes I don't understand why. Yeah.
It's because we haven't learned our lesson
yet.
It
hits sometimes. So I give the kid the ball. He's super excited. Right. And I'm feeling good about myself, right? Until this woman.
There's always an until.
From across the way comes over and says to me, my son had that ball first.
How?
Well, apparently...
Because I don't know. I admit, I'm not familiar with baseball etiquette. I don't know how,
Clearly, the ball, it hits and you maybe have touched it and it bounces off your hand.
So, but did you see it in his vicinity anywhere?
So here's the thing. She clearly doesn't understand that it's not about who has the ball first.
Right.
It's about who has the ball last. Okay?
See, and that would be something important for me to know should I find myself in a situation.
Yeah, because that's going to happen.
She knows specifically not to drag me to any sporting event.
Because I go to so many. At any rate. So I'm like, I'm sorry, I gave it to this kid. I'm going to take it back now to give it to the crybaby. Look, maybe it's time to teach your kid that sometimes disappointments happen and you don't always get what you want, and sometimes things get taken away, and just come to another game.
But that's not the state our society is in right now, but that's a topic for a whole another time.
We can make a lot of people angry talking about that topic.
We could,
so
we won't. We'll keep our opinions about that to ourselves.
So anyway, that's that. Good deeds.
And yeah, I wish I could tell you, America, that I have good deeds, but I try to keep them to a minimum because it leaves you like this. But don't get us wrong, we're not saying not to donate blood or anything like that, by all means.
Be a good citizen of your community, even if we're not. Yes.
Do as we say, not as we do.
Exactly. So earlier we were talking about Facebook and Facebook friends.
Yes, and Facebook etiquette.
Yes. So let's go over some of the rules.
Okay, some of the rules of Facebook. I went over my personal things that I like to be talked to on a regular basis.
Yeah, and I just want to throw in there that my favorite part about this conversation is that Jared, who is such an avid Facebook user, has so many
I could be better.
Rules. Perhaps the rules are what keep you from using it, but whatever.
Well, I don't see the need from somebody from high school that hasn't talked to me in years to, I just don't get it. But that's me.
Well, look at it this way. It's like the eavesdropping thing, right? I mean, they want to know. They want to feel like they've got a foot in.
It's true, and that gives
Maybe you should be nicer. We'll work on it.
Yeah, we'll see about that. So those are my rules for friending, but how about for unfriending? What justifies that?
Well, and we talked about how it's a little bit easier now that Facebook has realized that you might want to be Facebook friends with someone or be polite about being Facebook friends with someone, but not necessarily want to see their daily Alcoholic Anonymous type posts, right?
Well, no, and that's actually how somebody did get unfriended from my Facebook, was that there was a person that was going on and on about problems.
Yeah.
But problems probably the whole world didn't need to know.
It's not therapy.
At this stage in the game, this was before Facebook had done the hide from newsfeed, and so it was bye.
Yeah. So nowadays you could just hide from the newsfeed, but there are other reasons to unfriend people.
There are, and one of my questions is if you have an ex ex-girlfriend, ex anything, ex-spouse, whatever, ex-dog.
My ex-dogs are always trying to friend me on Facebook.
Freaking ex-dogs.
Sorry, Kino.
My theory is that if you were going to be friends, not just Facebook friends, but friends in real life, wouldn't you still be together if you were going to be friends?
Maybe. Because, it happens where we're not good as a couple, but we're good as friends. We can be friends. We're civil about it, whatever. However, there comes a point where that stage of my life is over.
Right.
So I have respect for you. I don't have any ill feelings towards you, but I don't necessarily need to know what's going on in your life either.
Well, and see, my problem was when, and it worked as friends for a while, but I had to go as far as to say, you don't get touching privileges anymore.
Oh my.
I can be your friend, I can accompany you to whatever, but don't be putting your hand on my knee anymore. Because, and I actually said this specifically, my friend Kate, who has been my friend for many years, would not put her hand on my knee.
We don't touch.
So yeah, I think there's a point where you just kind of disconnect and...
So then here's the other thing.
Okay.
How many times, let's say you're friends with someone, and then suddenly you realize you're no longer friends with that person. And how many times does this happen? So then friend requests them again.
Right.
And then suddenly you realize, oh, we're not friends anymore. That's weird. Must be an oversight.
That's tough. I would give it, because I've said to you before, I've done it accidentally, where I've accidentally deleted somebody that I didn't, and if that's the case, I try to immediately refriend them so that they realize that it was a faux pas.
Except that maybe they don't know how long it's been.
Right. I would go ahead and say that after twice, if you've been unfriended by someone, you don't need to send the request again.
3 strikes, you're out. Thrice.
It's kind of done.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Speaking of done.
Oh no.
We are going to take a quick break.
We are.
When we come back, I'm going to tell you about a really awesome blog idea that I got from a child.
We do
it's
like
really
children.
good. Trust me.
All right, don't forget to comment and like. We'll be back in a minute.
Thank you.